Hello, friends, and welcome to the seminar for preparation for Certified Energy Auditors exam taken by Bureau of Energy Efficiency. We will first see how to fill the form and who is eligible for Energy Auditor and Energy Manager exam. And then we will mainly see about the course. We have two courses. Today we are talking about the second course in which we will mainly focus on paper 4 on energy performance assessment for equipment and utility systems, which is open book examination, and mainly it will have all the numericals involved. It is for energy auditors exam. So let us see one by one. These are our details in which you will get more idea about how we are going to conduct this course, and also you will find a demo lecture. Any queries, you can reach us at support@precisemngmt.com. You can also follow us on LinkedIn. So, who can be an energy auditor? A graduate engineer who has completed his bachelor's degree, maybe BE or BTech or equivalent, with 3 years of experience involving use of energy in operation, maintenance, planning, etc. A postgraduate engineer, ME or MTech, or equivalent with 2 years of work experience involving use of energy in operation, maintenance, planning, etc. Third criteria can be a graduate engineer with postgraduate degree in management or equivalent with 2 years of work experience involving use of energy in operation, maintenance, planning. Candidates without requisite work experience are not eligible to register for the examination. Earlier, it was allowed to uh, sit for the exam and later on give the experience certificate, but now they've discontinued with that. And now you should have the relevant experience, then only you are eligible to register for the examination. Who can be energy manager? A graduate engineer, BE or BTech or equivalent with 3 years of work experience, or postgraduate engineer, ME or MTech with 2 years of relevant experience, or a graduate engineer with postgraduate degree in management with 2 years of relevant experience, or a diploma engineer or equivalent with 6 years of work experience, a postgraduate in physics or electronics or chemistry with 3 years of work experience. All these people can apply for being an energy manager. What is the pattern of the examination? So the exam is distributed in three different sections: paper 1, paper 2, and paper 3. Paper 1 is general aspects of energy management and energy audit, which is 3 hours exam. Paper 2 is energy efficiency in thermal utilities. This is of 3 hours and maximum marks are 150. Paper 3 is energy efficiency in electrical utilities, which is also of 3 hours and maximum marks are 150. Paper 4 is energy performance assessment for equipment and utility systems. So those who qualify paper 1, 2 and 3 with minimum 50% marks will be eligible to become energy manager, and to become an energy auditor one must clear the exam of paper 4. It is of 2 hours, it is open book exam and maximum marks are 100. So what is the difference between certified energy auditor and energy manager is the paper 4, which is mandatory for becoming energy auditor and which is not required for energy manager. Question papers for energy auditor and energy manager, as we have already seen that there are 4 question papers for energy auditor and first 3 will be for energy manager. Degree of difficulty for paper 4 applicable for certified energy auditors only. The degree of difficulty in paper 4 will be comparatively much higher than other papers. Remember that though this is open book exam, the formulas and methodology that should be used, that will you will have to go through paper 2 and paper 3, the syllabus of paper 2 and 3, to solve the exam, uh, solve the questions which are appearing in paper 4. Paper 4 for energy auditors will be open book examination and shall consist descriptive and numerical questions. The candidates can refer only the guidebooks supplied during the paper 4 examinations. No other reference books or written material will be allowed. So we must have sent you the guidebooks. Those guidebooks only can be used, and there should not be any written matter on the guidebooks, or you cannot carry anything other than those guidebooks. Validity. What should one do if one is not able to pass a peer in particular paper for the examination? It happens many times that we are not able to give the all the papers or crack the exam at one go. So it is possible to reappear for the exam. A registered candidate who fails to appear in any one or more papers in first examination shall be eligible to rewrite the same paper by appearing in a minimum number of 3 subsequent examinations within 6 years from the date of first examination by paying the prescribed supplementary examination fees. This is also applicable for the candidates registered for first national certification examination conducted in the year 2004. On the basis of his result of the rewritten paper, candidate shall be declared to have passed the examination provided he or she secures minimum of 50% marks in each of rewritten papers as applicable. In case he does not secure 50% marks in each rewritten papers as stipulated above, he shall be deemed to have failed the said national certification examination for which the candidate has registered. The candidate, however, shall have the option to apply and register himself as a fresh candidate in subsequent national certification examination. I know none of you will have to appear for such things, but these are the provisions given by Bureau of Energy Efficiency for those candidates who are not able to crack those exams within stipulated time and with minimum of 50% marks. Validity of the certificate. The certificate shall be valid for lifetime unless it is cancelled. Subject to the conditions of attending of an authorized refresher training course of short term duration by the candidate in a designated or approved institute or organizations to be announced by the Bureau once in 5 years time period commencing from the date of award of a certificate. So on the BE website, they will give different, according to different zones, they will give the refresher course intimations, and one can register for those refresher courses, give that refresher course training certificate to BE, and that is how you renew your certificate. A 6 months grace period will also be provided to the certified energy managers and certified energy auditors after expiry of 5 years period. The candidate will be required to inform BE about the attendance of refresher course on a specified format so that a fresh certificate is issued to the candidate after 5 years period. Revocation of certificate. The certificate can be revoked on the grounds of proved instances of unprofessional or unethical practices followed by certified energy managers or certified energy auditors. Bureau shall constitute a committee for this purpose, which will investigate the matter. The concerned certified energy manager and energy auditor will be informed of the charges against him and given a reasonable opportunity of being heard in respect of such charges. So, if anybody is found to do malpractice or doing any unprofessional or unethical practices, B has got authority to suspend or invalidate or revoke the certificate which has been issued to either certified energy auditor or certified energy manager. Examination centers. A proposed centers for conducting the exam, written exams are Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Bhopal, Bhubaneswar, Chandigarh, Chennai, Cochin, Dehradun, Delhi, Goa, Guwahati, Hyderabad, Jabalpur, Jaipur, Kanpur, Kolkata, Mumbai, Nagpur, Patna, Pune, Raipur, Ranchi, Tiruvananthapuram, and Vadodara. So there are number of centers. Whichever center is close by, you can choose. You have to give three options, three preferences. So first preference will be to nearby to your city or the city you are living if it is there in the list, and two more choices you have to give. If number of candidates at a particular center are found less than the minimum required numbers, the examination center for those applicants can be shifted to the next preferred center. How can you upgrade from energy manager to energy auditor? Bureau of Energy Efficiency has approved the upgradation of energy manager certificate to energy auditor certification. This clause is not applicable to the candidates registered for first national certificate examination that happened in year 2004. I have appeared for this exam in year 2006, so my exam was third examination. The candidates who have qualified for energy manager certification and who fulfill the eligibility criteria for writing the energy audit certification are eligible for upgradation of energy manager certificate to energy audit certification. The choice of issue of exercising the option to be eligible certified energy manager is restricted within a period of 5 years from the date of issue of energy manager certification. So once someone becomes energy manager, he has got 5 years to upgrade his certification from energy manager to energy auditor by giving paper number 4, which is energy performance assessment for equipment and utility systems, which is open book examination. This is the schedule for our upcoming exam that is scheduled on 27th March and 28th March. This is 21st International Certification Exam. So on first day, 27th March, there are two papers. One is general aspects of energy management and energy audit. Another will be energy efficiency in thermal utilities. 9:30 to 12:30 will be first paper. Second paper will be from 2 to 5. And on next day, 28th March, there will be two papers. Paper number 3, energy efficiency in electrical utilities, 9:30 to 12:30. And paper number 4, which is open book examination, will be held from 2 to 4. The fee schedule for different type of candidature, first time application, then repeat application, subsequent applications for categories, and certification fee including examination fee for sponsored candidates. These are different for different categories. For supplementary candidates, those who have already appeared for the rest of the papers and appearing for remaining papers this year, so per paper for candidates, the fees is also mentioned here. You can find all this information on Bureau of Energy Efficiency's website or AIP website or NPC website, National Productivity Council website also. So coming to our course, so we are going to conduct our course in a way to provide a guideline for professionals to appear for paper 4. So we have found that there is a need that people from electrical background or even from mechanical background, those who are working for long but they have lost touch with studies, and so we are giving holistic view of how to tackle the exam and how to crack the exam in effective manner. It is completely online. We will have number of live sessions with experts combined with self learning. We also expect you to do your self studies. The total course duration will be approximate 25 hours. Who can attend this course is anybody who is aspiring to become energy auditor exam. Energy managers, if they are interested, they can also join. But it is mainly for those who are targeting energy auditors exam. We will cover total 7 papers from previous years. So we have started from 20th National Certification Examination and we are going reverse from 20th, then 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th, 15th and 14th. So we have taken step by step approach to solve the question papers. After we finish this, we will also have practice question paper that will be of 2 hours. Also, after we conduct, after we explain each paper and methodology to solve this, we will have discussion, one-to-one discussion, and understand the issues with candidates. Also, I will just show you one of the demo lecture that we conduct.
Hello guys, welcome to the Precise Management Consultant, the course of preparation for energy audit examination. In this session, we are going to cover 19th examination question papers. In last lecture, we have already covered 20th examination with conceptual explanation. In last section, we have already discussed about the question paper patterns, so we'll not repeat again. So let's start with the section 1. Section 1 is of the brief type questions. Total number of questions in the section 1 is a 10 and each of carrying 1 marks. So total weightage for the section 1 is 10 marks. Question number 1. Capacity of the screw compressor cannot be controlled by discharge throttling. True or false? Answer is true. Now question number 2. The package air conditioner of 5 ton of refrigeration capacity delivered a cooling effect of 4 ton of refrigeration. If energy efficiency ratio is 2.9, the power in kilowatt drawn by the compressor would be, we have to calculate. So see, so capacity of the air conditioner, we have given here the 5 tons, but it is operating at 4 tons of refrigeration, actual delivered of output. And ratio, if energy efficiency ratio is given 2.9. So what is energy efficiency ratio? Energy efficiency ratio is cooling effect delivered in kilowatt divided by power generation by the compressor in kilowatt. So power generation by the compressor in kilowatt, we have to calculate. Energy efficiency ratio is given to us, whereas cooling effect in terms of refrigeration we have given to us. We have to convert it into the kilowatt. So what is the conversion factors? 1 ton of refrigeration is equal to 3024 kilocalorie or 3.52 kilowatt. So we'll put this value here, okay, and multiply with the tons of refrigeration. We'll get the answer. So 4 tons of refrigeration is operating into 3.52. This is the conversion factors to convert into the kilowatt, and 2.9 is our EER. So answer is 4.85. Now question number 3. If the steam generation of boiler is reduced to 45%, the radiation loss from the surface of boiler will be reduced by the same ratio. True or false? Answer is false, because radiation loss does not depend on the operated load of the boiler or the systems. It is only depends on temperature and wind velocity, not on the operating load. Understood? Now question number 4. The gross calorific value of coal is 4200 kcal per kg and specific fuel consumption is 0.6 kg per kWh. What is the power station gross efficiency? Okay, so power station gross efficiency, let's see first. power station gross efficiency is 860 divided by gross heat rate. Now we can modify, we know this factor is known to us, that is conversion factors, but we do not know the gross heat rate. Now what is the gross heat rate? Gross heat rate is a fuel flow into GCV divided by power generation. So fuel GCV of coal is given to us, that is 4200. We can put this value here. And what is this fuel flow into power generation? We can say is a specific fuel consumption, that is also given to us 0.6. So if we put the value here, we can get gross heat rate, and this gross heat rate will put here, and we'll get the power station gross efficiency. Understood? So power station gross efficiency is equal to 860 divided by specific fuel consumption into GCV. This is a modified formula by considering these two equations. So we'll put value here, 860 divided by 4200 into 0.6. 0.6 is your specific fuel consumption. So answer is 34.12% is your gross power station efficiency. Always be note that while solving the equation, please take care of the unit. If that is power gross efficiency, we have given 860 divided by gross heat rate. It is applicable only for the equation unit is given in the kilocalorie. If unit is given in the kilojoule, it will be 3600 instead of 860. Please note that. Question number 5. If measure input power of the 90 kilowatt motor is 45, then calculated loading of the motor is 50%. True or false? Answer is false, because we can see the percentage loading formula here. Operating load into motor efficiency divided by motor rating. So here 45 kg is the input power measure at the motor, that is operating load, we can say here 45 kilowatt, but divide by operating input of the motor. So operating input of the motor we do not know. This is a 90 kilowatt is given the motor rating. It is uh, nameplate rating. Okay, so nameplate rating means it is output of the motor, not input. So to get the input, we must know the efficiency, and efficiency we have not given here. So we cannot say that the measure input power with this statement is 50% loading. Not. It is not 50%. It should be less than 50% while considering efficiency.
So this is how we are going to conduct the sessions. Each and every questions with its explanation. We know that already the solved question papers are available on the website on Bureau of Energy Efficiency, but we are going to give you logic behind each and every answer, and each and every step will be explained how we have why the answer is true or false, or how we have achieved to that answer. So this was just the demo that I just wanted to show how we are going to conduct. This was section 1. Likewise, we will have section 2 and section 3. Section 2 will have, let's just see. Section 2 will have small questions. Total number of questions will be 2. Each question will carry 5 marks. Total weightage will be 10. So 10 and 10, 20, and rest 80 marks is for section 3. So section 3 will have total 4 questions to be solved. Each will carry 20 marks. So here, this was just a demo lecture. I wanted to give glimpses of how we are going to conduct the course. This is all from our side. So if you have any questions, please write back to us, or you can ask it right now. So thank you very much.